They say you can extract the text instead of writing whole transcripts. Those of you have, those listeners who have done transcripts for their dissertation or something, know the pains of writing your own transcript.
So the transcript, the easiest way of doing a transcript would be, not many people know that there is this function within Word. So if you log in to Word online, you can upload an audio file, and as long as it's in English, it transcribes everything for you, including speaker 1, speaker 2. So it actually tells you...
Creates a dialogue, sort of.
Correct.
All right. So I didn't know about this. I use a third-party option for this.
No, it's available within Word.
All right.
And most people have Microsoft Word installed as well.
Yes, and then you have to just do micro tweaks.
Yeah, it's very good. As long as the voice is clear, it picks most of the information. It will find it very difficult if you're transcribing data, which is of a financial nature.
Yes.
The program starts struggling there, but for most conversations, it works.
Yeah. And I think for dissertation purposes or projects of this sort, I think that's very good because you can focus on the fun part or most important aspect of the project, the thematic analysis, for example, to extract the value out of the data you collected instead of spending hours and hours. Yes, it is a waste of time, sort of, because it's part of the process, but the tool is there to help us facilitate and deepen our reflection on what we've gathered. So at least that's the way I see it.
So you've done qualitative research.
I did. I done both. I did both, but I'm not very good with quantitative data analysis. I'm not very good with numbers, so I'd rather choose the qualitative approach.
I think that's a common, in my opinion, misconception. Most people are afraid of numbers, but if you are taught that part of the module, so if it's research methods, for example, and the quantitative part is taught with the intent of, so the tutor is not there to show you how knowledgeable he or she is, but I think their success should be measured on how many students they were able to empower in using data and in using numbers. Because very often we're talking about softwares which you will never use in life, like SPSS most probably. Most of the stuff done on an SPSS program for a dissertation, unless it's a PhD, can be done in other applications like Excel.
Yes.
So what we encourage our research methods tutors, not to use SPSS. If someone wants to, we show them.
But it's not the software that I found challenging, because the software was okay. There's a learning curve with any software. It's about choosing the right test for the right purpose.
Choosing the right test for the right purpose.
So, for example, using the t-test.
Okay.
Or explaining
how to interpret t-test analysis.
Yes, whether you need to use the ANOVA or ANCOVA, for example. Okay. It's those kind of, in what situation you are, it would be best to use. That is what I found challenging personally. It's not about the software, because the software, once you have the correct test, you just input the numbers and it gives you data.
You just need to interpret.
Yes, and the interpretation, since it's numerical, the advantage of numerical data is that it's very understandable. It's black and white.
That's what I believe, exactly. That's why I love statistics as well, because I think it makes it much, if you're using quantitative for the right approach, because not always is the best approach for whatever you're trying to study.
So personally, that was my strategy. It's using the correct test for your intent, and you have
I can empathize with. Because there are a lot of different things you can do, but I think it's going to the most common denominator. Don't overcomplicate.
Yeah.
What are you trying to find out?
Yes.
And let's find the best way, the simplest way, because using quantitative data or any data, to be honest, is not to show how knowledgeable you are on statistical methodologies.
Not really.
But making sure that you found what you're looking for.
Yes.
Or you validate, or otherwise what you are looking for. And I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. And it's not necessary, because I would love any student that did quantitative, that they feel comfortable enough to use that at work, if they need to do a study, if they need to do whatever kind of survey they might need to do, that they feel confident that they can do so, rather than avoiding it at all costs.
I tried it for my undergrad dissertation, just to challenge myself. Just for me, okay, listen, this is something that I'm not comfortable with. Let's do it that way so that I can. It didn't work out as I hoped for at the time because I still not feel 100% about it.
But it got you out of your comfort zone.
Yes. So I think that's the benefit out of it. So I can say that I did both.
Yes.
I have at least some knowledge. Some knowledge about how. Yes. At least I got to appreciate that the foresight that you need to have in both approaches. But for the quantitative, you have to have the foresight that for this test, you have to phrase the question in a particular way in order for you to extract the data that you want to extract.
That's an important part of the skill set.
I didn't know that. So
because ultimately, for quantitative to be valid, you need numbers, right? So you need a good sample. And if you don't formulate, so you create leading questions or you formulate questions, which once you collect the data, you realize you've made a mistake, or you skipped something, or you did the wrong routing. So the homework and the administration part of the tool is extremely important.
It is.
To make sure that ultimately you have good data to work on.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's something I enjoy anyway, so maybe I have a bias myself towards quant.
And when it comes to qualitative data, I'm not sure whether they exist at the moment, but in upcoming few years they will do for sure. You upload the transcript and it will extract the themes for you, and I'm not sure whether there is.
There are options.
Okay.
However, I think we're not, from a market research point of view, because that's one of the things we do as a group, we're not there yet. So one of the things we've done recently, and it was a test, and I informed the client whether he would be willing that I test this methodology. And in fact, the test was proven that it can't work yet. We tried to, besides doing it was a focus group, and we tried to use an AI algorithm to predict the sentiment of the people based on their facial expression, irrespective of what they are saying.
Okay.
Because on paper, it's doable, but in practice, it didn't work. The algorithms are far from perfect. But if it's written text, which is what you were referring to before, it's much better. It's already much better. It can predict groupings,
patterns. Yes, it's the pattern.
Sentiment of the conversation.